First of all, I wish I had more time to draft this testimonial as to why Main Street Community Services deserves to win the Aviva Challenge. But such is the life of a working dad with 2 special needs kids. My name is Scott Carruthers, and I have 2 teenage daughters who receive regular support from Main Street Community Services. My youngest daughter, Emily, has been diagnosed with global developmental delay. She is essentially a slow learner who is painfully shy and is selectively mute. My oldest daughter, Alicia, who is by far the more challenged of the 2, is autistic. She demands constant one-on-one adult supervision. She outweighs me by 20 pounds. She is extremely violent and self-abusive, despite her daily dosage of powerful medications that she takes designed to control these impulsive behaviors. A family with a special needs member is a special needs family. And like that person with the actual disability, we need help. 6 years ago, we were very fortunate to stumble upon Main Street Community Services. We were in crisis yet again, and were desperately looking for a place where my daughters could go after school, where their safety would be guaranteed, their behaviors would be managed properly, and they would be treated with compassion and dignity. I remember shortly after meeting the director, Shelley Ann Steinberg, for the first time, that my entire mindset changed from one of hopelessness and exhaustion to a new and surprising revelation that everything was going to be okay. I can't put into words how monumental of a shift this actually was for me. So what makes Main Street so unique? I have come up with 3 reasons. Knowledge. Main Street have an extensive, in-depth knowledge of the practical experience in dealing with special needs children, and it's demonstrated every day. The behavior management plan that they have put in place for my autistic daughter has worked time and time again when all other plans have failed. In stark contrast to this, Alicia's schooling arrangements, even with a student-teacher ratio of 2 to 1, continue to fail miserably. This is primarily because school staff do not have the knowledge they need to fully understand what is causing this negative behavior, thus they are unable to effectively manage it. Main Street has this knowledge. Participation. There are many people willing to sit comfortably on the sidelines and feed you endless streams of advice on how to manage behaviors of an autistic person. But until the time comes when someone actually stands beside you, and sometimes even in front of you as opposed to behind you, you really don't know what support actually is. Support is doing what is necessary to look after the needs of the individual and the family, and it goes far beyond what you would expect from the average caregiver. There have been countless times when the staff at Main Street have struggled through violent fits of rage with my daughter, and when everyone else seems to be running out, they continuously run in and diffuse the situation with carefully executed and developed plans specifically and regularly modified to meet her ever-changing needs. Only Main Street staff and myself are currently able to physically deal with these meltdowns. Alicia's mother and sister are regularly scarred from Alicia's attacks and are physically and emotionally no longer able to effectively deal with these situations. To give you an example of how Main Street is an active participant, 2 times in recent weeks, the special needs school that Alicia attends were unable to stop her from headbanging, biting her hands, and scratching her face. They determined that Alicia needed to be picked up immediately, as the bus driver was not authorized to transport her in this violent state. Her mother was unable to assist her because Alicia is physically stronger than her, and I was unable to be contacted. Main Street was on site within 15 minutes of being called. They diffused the situation and transported her back into their care, where she was kept safe and successfully redirected until I could take over at the end of the day. I can't imagine what would have happened if they were not available to do this. Empathy. Until I met the wonderful staff at Main Street, I firmly believed that only a parent could truly see through the negative behavior of a violent autistic child and love them unconditionally. I was wrong. Main Street staff care for my daughters like family members, and as a result, I honestly feel that these people are an extension of my own immediate family. Like family, they are always available to do whatever is necessary in time of need. As a member of a family that has been on the brink of mental and physical exhaustion, it is profoundly reassuring to know that support is only a phone call away. Main Street has now outgrown their current facility and is sadly lacking in organizational and physical space needed to serve the ever-increasing number of special needs cases. I fear that without a new facility, the quality and number of services that we depend on will no longer be available. We, the friends and supporters of Main Street, are willing to pitch in where we can, but the fact of the matter is we cannot afford to build them a new facility. If we could afford it, we would do so, believe me. This is how strong we all feel about this organization. With the assistance of the Aviva Community Fund, we can make this happen. The challenge of special needs kids in our community is not going away, and the fact that it's getting worse. $500,000 would go a long way towards improving the lives of so many people in this area. In my opinion, Main Street staff have unlimited energy and the desire to help. But without a new facility, their potential will not be fully realized. Please help them and our children with special challenges meet their potentials by investing in this remarkable organization and this community. I can't imagine a better outcome for all of us than for Main Street to win the Aviva Challenge. Thank you.